Welcome to the UK's favourite historic rallying summertime event. It's Heroes Summer Trial 2016, in association with EFG Private Bank and Zenith Watches. There are a total of 7 qualifying rounds in the 2016 Hero Cup, which takes competitors on some of the most exciting and challenging routes across the UK and Europe. Prizes for the Hero Cup include a week's Mediterranean cruise aboard the luxury yacht the Orianda, plus a Zenith El Primero Open Chronometer 1969 Hero Cup Limited Edition watch. Today we find ourselves at the Woodland Grange Conference Centre, a sumptuous Victorian country house set in 16 acres of glorious Warwickshire countryside, close to Royal Leamington Spa, and we're all set for the 3rd qualifying round of the Hero Cup. While the summer trial is a perfect event for beginners or those new to historic rallying, it also allows more experienced competitors a chance to shake down their vehicle in preparation for other events in the diary. We have 55 cars with a wide variety of ages and marks crossing the start line today. From the 1928 Senior 6 crewed by Kuntz and Ward, to the 1980 Porsche 911 SC of Perkins and Johnson.
This is a 1928 Dodge Senior 6. It was the last car designed by the Dodge Motor Company before it was taken over by Chrysler, and it was the first Dodge ever built with 6 cylinders. So it's a fairly rare car. They only built about 2,000 of them, and this is one of the few survivors. So looking forward to it very much. We haven't been out in a while, and this is the first big rally for the car, so we're very excited.
The car is a 4.25 Derby Bentley 1935, and it's a 2-seater. I've done a little bit of racing in this in a circuit in Mondello in Ireland. We've done a few races like rallies, but they would have been over in an Irish club called the Blessington Club. We've travelled over all the way from Dublin yesterday. We're up at 4:45 in the morning, and we made it. And now we've passed scrutiny, but we're just a few little, just electrical, just the brakes. Light is not working, so it's not too major.
A lot of the social rallies, so not so much the timing. I've done navigation before, but not much of the timing, but lots of rallies and lots of car experiences all over the years, yeah.
We're calling it the Lady Bird, and because the car looks and got the colours of the Lady Bird, not for any other reason.
It's a 1934 Riley Kestrel. The car belonged to my great-grandfather who bought it in the 30s. He was a doctor and shipped it out to Sri Lanka, where it lived for part of its life and then went to India, and I brought it back to England in the early 2000s and just recently got it restored. This is my first one in England. I did one about 25 years ago in India, a long time ago.
A few problems with the car this morning on the way up, so just had to change a couple of things and hopefully that's sorted it. So I've just done a test drive and it seems to be running. 1938 Derby Bentley 4.25 6-cylinder, and I've rebuilt the car. It's been put a different body on it, as you can see, and it's a lovely car to drive. It's great fun. So looking forward to this one, and then the 1,000-mile trial in a few weeks' time.
We're at the start of the summer trial here. First time out on the new motor. Paul's done a couple of events in this MGTB now, the Flying Scotsman, and hopefully it'll survive and the weather will stay nice and we'll have some fun.
It's a 1939 MGTB, supercharged, and I've done a couple of events with it so far and had a couple of issues, but basically it's been very good. So this is now, we're doing a bit of a shakedown run here on the summer trial, getting ready for the big one, which is the 1,000 mile in a few weeks' time. So fingers crossed. hopefully it will run perfectly. You know, we'd like to win our class and do as well as we can overall, as we always want to do. I think it's going to be quite difficult because there's some pretty stiff competition out here. But no, it should be a good, competitive, fun event.
This time I've got a really good a good navigator with me. My wife's navigating. She's used to telling me what to do at home, and now she can tell me what to do in the car as well, legitimately. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm sure Clay's looking forward to it too. Everything's running well with the car. Good company. What can be better? Looking forward to a great weekend.
Well, actually, it's a good way of getting back into the rallying again. We've had a bit of a break, and I've been promised that this is a gentle introduction, and the sun's shining. It's great.
And it's her birthday today.
Oh yeah, and it's my birthday today. So a good way to celebrate.
It's a Porsche 356C. It's been with us for about 15 years now. It's done 2 or 3 years worth of rallying. We've done the Scottish Malts and Throckmorton a few times, and we even did the Poppies last year, which was quite an amazing experience, really. But and prior to that, it's a right-hand drive and from the UK, so it's an original UK drive.
We shouldn't have been back again. We should have had a Triumph 2000 out this weekend, but not ready, I'm afraid. MOT'd on Friday, but not rally ready because I know nothing about it. So Beastie's come out for hopefully the last time this year, but might be out again in the Ross Traders and HRCR event. But then off the road, done 156,000 rally miles, and that's enough.
Well, I've rallied it now for 6 years, and we've just a fortnight ago done the 3 castles with it and finished 7th. And a month before that we did the Scottish Malts and finished 14th. So just see how we go on this one.
It was restored in the 90s in the States. It was an original car that was exported to the US from new, and the owner then restored it. It then came to the Netherlands and then was sold to a Spanish couple who raced it in the 2011 Mille Miglia, and that's why I bought it. It's a left-hand drive, and that's my ultimate game, is to do the Mille Miglia. And hopefully in a couple of years' time, after getting some practice on the shorter rallies, we'll have a go at that.
So in the years that's gone by, it went Bermuda yellow, then it went sort of a brownie colour, and bronze I think it was, and then most recently it was in a metallic version of the original colour. But it's actually 2 years beyond the date of the car.
Scrutineering and documentation has been taking place since this morning, and right now crews are in the middle of their final preparations before setting off at 3:30 this afternoon. Let's check the Leg 1 route. Covering just over 74 miles of Warwickshire and Northampton, crews will head out on a practice regularity to Stoneleigh. Then they'll turn southeast over to Welton and Wilton for a couple of tests at the kart circuit before heading in a clockwise loop through Bishops Itchington and Kenilworth. There's a final test back at the Woodland Grange base. Leg 1. Let's head over to the start now. The cars are lined up in number order, so the 1928 Dodge Senior 6 of Michael Kuntz and Carolyn Ward will be the first car over the line at precisely 15:31. Competitors head into a practice manoeuvrability test and regularity section to ease themselves into the weekend. Let's see highlights. The summer trial is always scheduled over a weekend at the start of summer, in order to have as little impact on the working week. The first day is often called the prologue and has been designed by clerk of the course Guy Woodcock and route planner Daniel Pigeon to ease crews into the competition. This afternoon they'll have a chance to familiarise themselves with rally timings and tulip-style navigation. Let's see the test action now. Top performances on the kart circuit have come from Car 14, Farmer and Gearing in their 1958 Jaguar XK150 OTS, Car 29, Daniel Gresley and Elise White in their 1965 Porsche 911, father and daughter team Francis and Camilla Galashan in Car 37. Their TR4 took top spot in class with 0 penalties. Newcomers Susan Dunn and Caroline Nash in Car 3, a magnificent Bentley Derby 4 1/4, have really enjoyed the first day's action and have been improving their skills on each trial. They're currently 4th in class. Last year's winners Paul Crosby and Andy Pullan are back this year with an MGTB. In 2015 we saw them cross the line in their 1970 Porsche 911. This popular crew will be in the lead as we go into day 2 with a slender margin of 4 seconds over second-placed Roger and Lee Powley. Chris Howell and John Briggs are lying 3rd overall in their borrowed Sunbeam Tiger. In 4th we have Mark and Sue Godfrey, and in 5th Pete Dalton and Rob Faulkner. Just 20 seconds separate the top 15 crews. Day 2 and the start of the second leg of the 2016 summer trial.
Disappointing. I don't know where we got all our penalties, but we seem to be off the pace, and I can't blame the car, can't blame the navigator. I hadn't woken up. Good night's sleep today, hopefully a lot better.
Well, this is the first time I've driven it competitively, so it's been great, fantastic. Yeah, we're way down, but it's so close. So I think we're going to have a good day. We're looking forward to it anyway.
Oh, just squeezing all the air at the front tyres, usual stuff for a Triumph. You'd think that the size of the sidewalls and the beading in these tyres, they wouldn't leak, but they do. Well, that's what happens when you go sideways all the time.
We had a good day yesterday. We didn't drop too many penalties, probably more than I would have liked. But generally, it was a bit. We could have done better, and we hope we will today.
Better than we feared, not quite as well as we'd hoped. That would sum it up, really. No, we had quite a good day yesterday. Beautiful roads, not too much traffic. What's not to like?
Well, it's a box standard MGB Roadster, 1971. I acquired it 3 or 4 years ago. All it's had is a roll bar put in it. I've upgraded the front brake pads. Apart from that, it's a road standard car. A lot of the cars in the class you'll probably find aren't exactly standard, but they're permitted. Some of them have got some awfully powerful engines. I'm afraid I'm struggling with less than 100 brake horse, whereas some are 130s, 140s brake horse. It makes a heck of a difference when you're on tests and hill climbs and the like.
Not bad, not bad. 5th overnight. 5th overnight, so not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, well, we had a pretty good start actually. Didn't do anything too wrong, so I think we're leading now by 4 seconds or 6 seconds, something like that, which is nothing at all when you've got a class field like this. So yeah, we're looking forward to today. We've got quite a long day. I think it's 250 miles, 5 tests and a few regularities. So anything can happen. Early days.
And once again, I'm with a novice. Last time a novice, now with my wife. Also for the first time navigating, so it's all very stressful. But we're still doing good, and yeah, we are 15th place, so we're looking forward to a very long day, and I hope she does well and I do well, and we get there. Yeah, looking forward to it.
We're doing okay, thanks. We're novices, so staying on time, not losing too many seconds on the irregularities, so yeah, enjoying ourselves.
one foolish mistake yesterday. We behaved like sheep and followed the car instead of trusting our own judgment. But that was all, and we could make that up till 10 seconds. So I think today this will divide the field because it's a very difficult day.
Today is the longest day of the competition, covering some 230 miles of breathtaking Warwickshire, Worcestershire, Shropshire and Herefordshire countryside. It's also the busiest day, with no less than 7 regularities and 5 tests. Let's have a closer look at the route. Leaving Royal Leamington Spa, crews head southwest to the much-loved Throckmorton Airfield for a series of challenging tests. Then it's through the beautiful Worcester villages of Upton Snodsbury and the Nash before crossing into Herefordshire to Leintwardine. Crews then turn east towards Bewdley and Doverdale before returning to base at the Woodland Grange. The first regularity is just over 15 miles long, starting northeast of Wootton War and skirting north of the Roman town of Anster. Let's see highlights. Clerk of the course, Guy Woodcock, launched a new basic map navigation training session, which has preceded this and will all future summer trial events. Participants will be grateful for that session, as today crews will be tested with more complex and detailed regularities. Two crews have propelled themselves straight into battle. Car 10, Mark and Sue Godfrey, have put in a great performance, dropping just 2 seconds. They were only beaten by Car 6, Crosby and Pullan's dazzling rally skills. They dropped just 1 second over this section. Other notable performances of the morning include Car 1, Michael Kuntz and Carolyn Ward. Car 29, Presley and White. Car 54, Roger and Lee Powley. And we've just learned that Car 4, the Riley Kestrel belonging to the Pontier since it was purchased new in 1937, is continuing to have mechanical issues and is likely to retire today. We wish them well and hope to see them back again soon. Roger and Lee Powley have dropped 18 seconds after coming across traffic during Reg 3, which has sent them plummeting down the leaderboard. Over to the test now at Throckmorton. Car 18, Andy and Nick Smith, have brought the MGB out for a run on the summer trial to familiarise themselves with regularity rallying before entering the Hero Challenge and Le Jog later in the year. After crossing into Herefordshire, lunch is at the Lion Hotel in the picturesque village of Lane-Twadine, South Shropshire.
Well, we were doing really well this morning up until the last regularity, and the Brants decided to pack in, so and then we were balked by a tractor, so it meant we were late into the regularity, but never mind, that's life.
Bit better today, but we've just caught a load of traffic which has really hit us hard. It's under a minute, but it will now probably drop us well out of the top 10, so we're not best pleased because it's just a case of luck.
Yeah, I think the tracking's out a little bit now after doing the special stages. That's hardly surprising.
We keep getting lost. I'm going to blame my navigator. We met with one of the Hero members of staff at Goodwood, and they recommended this one as being a good starter rally, so here we are.
I think all we can hope for is
tiny successes.
Yeah.
Constant tiny successes.
The small details.
Yeah.
Tiny details that make us feel good.
One of the fuel filters has got a bit clogged up. So we're experiencing a bit of fuel surge every now and again. We're just getting fuel starvation. So the mechanics are very kindly taking it apart while I go and get some lunch. And hopefully it'll run beautifully this afternoon.
Not too bad. Good parts and bad parts.
Is this your first rally?
No, we've done a few before, but not very many.
Yeah, but
we're still learning.
We've never done some of this, so it's very exciting.
So I'm doing it with my dad, who he's done a couple before, and he's done one or two with my brother as well. And he asked me to do this one, and because it was Father's Day weekend, I couldn't say no. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I didn't think I would be, but it's been really fun so far.
Yeah, quite good. We've had a bit of clutch slip, but nothing too serious. And if it's cool, we go all right. But we have to push too hard on tests, it slips a bit. So I don't think it'll stop us.
Back to the competition now. The next regularity is the longest with 6 timing points. Standout performance has come from Team Godfrey, who have clawed back 4 seconds from Crosby and Pullan. Car 7, Tim Lawrence and Adam Tibbs took advantage of their local knowledge here to post 4 seconds dropped. Car 19, Howell and Briggs, also accrued the least penalties on this section. The Wyre Forest and surrounding areas provided the backdrop for the first map-based regularity section. This was presented with a series of points marked on the route to be taken. At these points, the mileage is given along with a speed table to allow crews to easily calculate their times. Flawless performances here from Car 6, Crosby and Pullan, Car 12, Christian and Janina von Sanden, and Car 31, Julia and Roger Bricknell. Other crews having great runs this afternoon are Car 60, Nigel Perkins and Pete Johnson in their Porsche 911 SC, and Car 59, Keith Davis and Seren White in their MG BGT. Nice to know that the recently married Roy and Rachel Stevenson in Car 26, a 1964 Jaguar Mark II, are using the summer trial as their honeymoon.
BGS is one of 3 cars repatriated by Ron Gammons from California in 1989 for the Classic Marathon. It was put into the Classic Marathon and run by Malcolm Gammons in 1989 as a standard vehicle, and in fact it was the highest rating non-modified vehicle on that original Classic Marathon. A year later the car was upgraded to full rally spec for Roger Clark and Tony Mason to run the Classic Marathon in 1990. They came 7th. Roger was up as high as 4th, I think. Had a moment and lost about an hour, but still pulled it back on the final sections to 7th place. In 1991, the car competed with Ron Gammons and Don Barrow on the rally. I think it's Targa Rustin Tessinia. I think they came 4th on that rally. And then in 1992 the car was back with Ron, and this time it was Sterling Moss and Zoe Heritage on the Classic Marathon. Sterling again had a very interesting rally. He was lying as high as 4th, but had a moment on Stelvio and lost some places, but still managed to finish a very credible 7th.
As the summer trial returns to base for the overnight halt, things are very tight at the top. Here's the leaderboard. The top 2 crews, Crosby and Pullan and Team Godfrey, are separated by just 8 seconds. Here's an interesting fact. There were 25 timing points today. At 21 of them, Crosby and Pullan managed to get either a 0 or 1 second penalty. Astonishing. Gresley and White have had a great day and are lying in 3rd overall. Roger Powley and Sun Lee have recovered greatly to lie 1 second behind them in 4th, whilst Tony Shiak and Rachel Wakefield have put in some fine times to lie in 5th overall. Well, it's the morning of the final day of the 2016 summer trial. Crews once again have been reverse seeded, so the leaders have an hour extra in bed. While today is a short day in terms of the action, a lot's been packed into the schedule. The route covers delightful parts of Warwickshire, Gloucestershire and Oxfordshire. The excellent weather we're enjoying will ensure we're seeing these areas at their very best. The route looks like this. Crews will once more leave the base at Royal Leamington Spa and head south through Shakespeare country around Stratford-upon-Avon and onto Cherrington. After a quick dip into Gloucester, it's east to Witchford Mill. Crews will skirt the northern parts of Oxfordshire before turning towards Little Kinnerton. The route forms a figure 8 as we head over to Newbold, up to Brighton-on-Dunsmore and back to base to cross the finishing line at the Woodland Grange. Mark and Sue Godfrey have been really focused, taking 3 seconds off Crosby and Pullan's lead to just 5 seconds. Right now it looks like Roger and Lee Powley have overtaken Dan Gresley and Elise White to adopt second overall. Car 20, Shiak and Wakefield have performed really well this morning, as have Car 15, John and Pauline Dignan. Car 19, Howell and Briggs have also given us an outstanding performance, along with Car 47, John and James Vincent in their beautiful Alfa Romeo 1300 GT Junior. News just in that Crosby and Pullan have uncharacteristically dropped 3 seconds, further reducing their lead with just 2 regularities and 2 tests to go. The last regularity now, and it appears that most of the crews have been caught out by a cleverly sighted control. Only one crew came out clean here, Car 29, Gresley and White. Dramatically, during the final action of the day, an error from Mark and Sue Godfrey during the test has landed them a 12-second penalty. Will anyone now be able to catch leaders Crosby and Pullan? Let's cross over to the finishing line to confirm the overall results. In first, winning the 2016 is the talented Crosby and Pullan. Paul has only recently rebuilt the MG-TB Supercharge, calling it a pram on bicycle wheels. This is only its 3rd competitive event, and it's been inspiring to see it perform better than its modern and more powerful rivals. A decision on a time has put Roger and Lee Powley into a fine 2nd overall. Daniel Gresley and Elise White have taken 3rd, a superb result and a personal best for Elise. In 4th we have Mark and Sue Godfrey, unable to recover from this morning's test. A great day for Tony Shiak and Rachel Wakefield in 5th overall. Over now to the Master of Ceremonies, Guy Woodcock, for the prize giving.
So, in a very close run battle for the top 3, 3rd overall goes to Car 29, Daniel Gresley and Elise White. Move on to 2nd overall, and it goes to the father and son team, Car 54, Roger and Lee Powley. Right, we now move on to the 1st overall, and for the 2nd year running, in a different car this time, obviously. They still can't be beaten, so it goes to Mr. Paul Crosby and Mr. Andy Pullan, your winners.
It feels really, really good actually to do it again, and to do it in a vintage car. When we didn't really expect to get a result here. We just expect to shake the car down, get it ready for the next event, but really chuffed, very, very pleased. A lot of credit has to go to this guy here.
I think it's you from building such a good car from pretty much scratch in about 6 months.
Team effort.
Thanks to everyone involved in the Summer Trial 2016, the competitors, sponsors, marshals, officials, organisers, the clerk of course Guy Woodcock, route planner Dan Pigeon, and of course the welcoming fans across the route.
Well, it's all his fault if we get wet, but I do have an umbrella in the boot.
I accept full responsibility, and I'm not wearing waterproof. had a great time. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves.
Those tests were tons of fun. Spinning that car around those cones, that was unbelievable.
We've had an amazing time, yeah. A lot of fun, a little bit of stress from time to time.
That was so much fun, really great. Super combination, the tests and the weather helped, which was also brilliant.
But we did enjoy it and it was a great event, and I think the organisers put on a great show for us.
Yeah, no, great fun actually, and as I said at the beginning, this car's never done anything like this before, and been very impressed actually overall.
It was excellent, and I think she's forgiven me for all the things I've done wrong, because I've given her for all the swearing that she's done. So it's
not.
Fine, fun. And we're still married, which is even better.
So great Father's Day present.
Yeah,
what could
really
be
good
better?
Father's Day.
Yeah, it's gone okay, I think.